A little video to do tonight. This time is again, it's about the nice little gift that Don sent me from Ontario. The new lick, the RTL-SDR, and it works marvelous. The one thing that I'm going to do with this contraption is I'm planning mounting this SDR inside of this steel cabinet. It's actually part of an old 24 volt, 12 volt DC converter that failed, but they make for dandy steel aluminum enclosures. So you cut down on RFI in the building or in the room here in the shack and stuff, you know. The little SDR itself, I suppose, where it's made of plastic, can pick up, or I should say where it's got a plastic case, can pick up a lot of, I guess, interference from the room. So I'm thinking if I put this thing inside of a steel case, it should cut down on noise in here in the room that it picks up. So that's the idea I'm going to do with this. In order to get the antenna, obviously, well, I'm thinking about removing the cable from this antenna right here. I'm thinking about removing it from here and put a PL259 in this case, so I can take a regular outdoor antenna and connect to this SDR. That's the idea I got. I've been toying with the idea for a couple of days now since I've had this SDR and used it. I like to get some better outside, signals to listen to. The telescopic whip, only gives you so much, but with a decent outdoor antenna, it makes for a lot more enjoyable listening, if you know what I mean. So that's the idea. If anybody's wondering, do you have the SDR connected to your laptop, like directly to your laptop? No, you don't. Basically, what I had done, I had a little 5-foot extension USB cable. This one here. It is a male to male, as you can see, or female to female, whatever that is. And then I got this little adapter you buy at the dollar store, pound store, whatever you want to call it. Little adapter, and it just basically, this end is on both sides. So secure it, well, yeah, electrical tape comes in handy for just about everything. But it works. So I had the little 5-foot extension plugged into the laptop. I had the antenna plugged into the port, and she was receiving signals perfect, no problem. It was working, no problem. Now I wouldn't, recommend going for like 20, 40, 50 feet of USB cable, because I doubt to be much of a signal left. But yeah, anyways, I think we're putting a PL259 in this case, and then obviously support the cable in this end, because it's going to plug into the computer. This end here could plug into the DSL, or RTL SDR I should say. And so the only thing then I've got to worry about is this USB cord. I've got to be able to support it inside this case somehow. I think I got some standoffs or cable locks here somewhere, I think. So I'll be doing that. So if you're interested in seeing what I can do in an SDR in regards to using external antennas, stay tuned. We're going to modify how this little contraption here gets a signal from the outside world. So the tools you'll need for this little job is quite simple. Obviously you need your SO239 connector. You need a drill bit to start your hole first, and stepper bit always comes in handy. for making the holes the right size for the SO239. Some 2A 3M tape, basically to tape this feller down to the inside of the closure, because I'm not taking this out of this plastic case. So that's the idea. So let's continue on. Alright, so I've already got me little pilot hole started here already. So now I'm going to break out the big boy, the stepper bit. And I'm going to drill out the big hole so it's big enough that this PL259 will then go here. That's the idea anyways. How well this little idea is going to work out is anybody's guess. So, let's get this drilled out. Yes, I know, I should have clamps and everything else, but you know. Almost there. Not quite. I think my stepper bit, the one that I need, don't seem to be cutting. I really knew it. I really need a tool shed or something for this kind of stuff. Take your stepper bit. This is an old stepper bit now, mind you. I've had this one now about 4 years. It's been through hell. Trying to get this now to cut on the stiff piece I need. Slim to none. I'm going to have to get a foil down the last piece I need here. I mean, I got a bigger stepper bit than that, but I don't want to go too big, because then you'll never be able to control it. Not like I'm doing here. Job enough time trying to control this one. If I can frame it, cut it on the inside, maybe it might work. There we go. Tighten that knot down. There we go. Part A done. Connector is now installed. So now the SDR, mind the connector. I'm sure there's people out there saying to themselves, why the hell are they doing this for? My question to that is, answer to that is, why not? Next thing is I got to strip the coax cable. Now I can get connectors that fit this cable. So what I'm going to do, I'm only going to take this cable long enough. Only have it long enough to get to this connector, this PL259. Obviously, shorter your cable, the better. How many people actually got a junk box? I've actually got a few junk boxes. Right now, I just neglected to realize I need a washer on that SO239 connector. To be able to ground the coax. Got one. I'm not going to have to improvise. And it looks like I'm going to have to improvise. So basically what I got to do there now, I got the cable cut. No going back now, boys, no going back. So now I got to solder my center to the center pin on the SO239. Then I got the ground that I got to solder onto the ground on that SO239 connector. And then this part of it will be done. Solder the center wire. Solder the shield. And then solder it to the connector. To solder onto this connector case, I got to rough up this metal. You can use sandpaper or you can use foil. But I find a little flathead screwdriver works just as good. Get you right in there and scratch it the hell out of the metal. And that's what you want. Nice and rough. And then hope and pray the solder will take to it. And I look for miracles here. I need the solder to be able to take to that metal. Looks like it might have. See if I can pick it off with the flathead screwdriver. If you can't pick it off, then it's good. Yeah, there's not going nowhere. So now I can solder my shield and my coax up on top. Up here. There we go. There we have it. Let's see how well can you see that? There's your center, there's your shield. And it's connected. Oh, she broke clear. See? Gotta do a little pull test to make sure she's gonna take to it. Alright, after much fussing, we got her soldered, so cool. So all I do now is mount the SDR right there and plug the cable into it. And put a bit of two-way tape. Basically that's just going to hold the SDR hopefully down to the cabinet. As soon as I get this old red tape off, which never ever seems to want to come off of anything. There we go. Let me just stick that there into the cabinet like so. Just like that. Just like that. And okay, so this is the adapter. It's a, I'll call it a female to female adapter, because one end got to plug into the SDR, and then your cable, other end of your USB cable, will then plug into it. One thing I do find with these USB adapters, you got to put a little bend in the top there. See that little bend I got put in there? That way it holds tight when it grips onto the SDR card. It'll actually grab hold to it a lot better. And we're going to two-way tape the adapter to the cabinet the same as the SDR. As soon as we can get this red plastic tape off. There we go. See? Tape. So we'll just plug it in first. Of course. Oh, wrong end. I got it upside down. Lovely. Right side up. Plug it into the SDR. Push that down to the metal, to the cabinet, to keep that from moving. And here we have it. Voila. Easy, eh? Nothing to it, boys. Nothing to it. Just gotta have some imagination. And I got lots of imagination, as we all know. So now the fun part is securing. So I'm going to do this. Is securing the USB cable inside the cabinet when it's plugged in, so that it's not pulling so much on the plug. Now, let me see. A piece of red tape, or a two-way tape might just do this actually. That's why it is plugging in. Actually, that cable no good. Let's go to cable number 2. You know something? If I bore a hole right there, I can be able to put a tie wrap to hold this cable taut. And I can move this back a bit. You know what I mean? Use a tie wrap then to hold the cable tight to the cabinet. What do you think? What do you think this here? I mean, technically, I should be able to put a bit of two-way tape on this other plug here, because it's pretty tight, the cable, by the time it gets to the edge. That it might work fine enough as it is. Try some two-way tape just to see how it works. Alright, so I've got two-way tape on the black one, two-way tape on the grey one, and two-way tape on the SDR. I think that will actually be fine enough. Flop around the cable there and it's not moving. Awesome. So I guess the next thing now is to try this out on an antenna, external antenna, and see how well it works. So that's the enclosure put back together. The SO239 on the back. I've got my cable coming here for my USB. I got a tie wrap put right here. I forgot the bottom of this already had a couple holes in it, so I'm going to use one of them to hold the cable with a tie wrap. So there we have it. One SDR that can accept an external antenna. Alright guys.
East 2 to 3 meters, building to 3 to 5 near midnight and 5 to 7 near
so now we're seeing, I'm just going to disconnect the coax just to let you know it's actually working.
North of Cape St. Francis, northeast.
Antenna disconnected.
Southwest impact. East 3 to 5
Coax
meters,
connected.
building to 5 to 7 near
So it
west
does work.
Northeast coast, north of Cape St. John.
Let's see.
Ice passing at 22090. Roseanne, ILS, runway 16 and RDR, runway 16 unserviceable until 04300. Inform ATC that you have information Juliet. St. John's Airport, information Juliet.
ATS.
Weather at 00000.
At the airport here in St. John's. And that is a 6-meter beacon that's located over in Carbonear. Which is a crow flies, I guess, about 30 kilometers perhaps away from me. Move up the band a little bit and you get this big signal here. That is another beacon located at Memorial University here in St. John's on 50.039. Yeah, 039 on CW. Very strong signal, as you can see.